Oh man, can you believe this is like the fourth or fifth video I'm recording today? Weekends are busy for the YouTubes. Welcome folks, it's time, it is that time indeed. We're going to be taking a look at Glory Maelstrom. So this is probably, like after Dungry, my second favorite deck from this set. I've actually been playing it quite a lot, and it really feels like Glory's edition. While it didn't change up the deck itself too much, it really brought a lot to what the deck can do. So, you know, we actually changed up the deck list quite a lot already after the Maelstrom deck and fight I did last month. It has changed up quite a lot, so if you're building Maelstrom now in, like, what, set 7 when it comes out in English, and, you know, you got 4 slots, you fill them with 13k attackers, but the rest of the deck kind of looks like this. So, of course, we're playing 4 Basil, you know, our 4th attack enabler together with Diamantes. Then, you know, we have Lazarus to be the 10k base, you know, to make opponents commit extra rears. And in the mirror match, this deck is super popular, by the way. So, in the mirror match, it's important to have Lazarus up so that they have to commit a booster to actually hit it. And, you know, they have to, like, change up their attack patterns and stuff like that. But, and also double Lazarus can end their turn sometimes. Then we're playing Coral Assault as a 12k attacker, you know, to be able to hit against stronger rears that are like 11k base and stuff. 1 self-damager, together with 4 grade 1 self-damagers, so 5 self-damagers in total, because, I mean, we are a Limit Break reliant deck. Teo now is in here because some people still run the 10k attacker, which I think is still a really good grade 1, but Teo finds himself in an interesting spot because together with the self-damager and the Basil, they make 16k columns, which is very good to actually hit them, because normally go, like, let's say, like 11 or 12 with the Diamantes, then 9 to a rear guard, and then if they don't have a second intercept, you can go 16 because they took 1 damage. So you go 16 with a Basil boosted by Teo, and then you're like 21 plus Maelstrom goes in. So it just scales well in numbers, and Teo makes that very, very nice for you. And then we're playing 1 Penguin just for an extra draw. It's kind of like a win more card, if anything. And then, of course, PGs, 9 draws. I'm still running the Aqua Breath Draco Kid, but you can play Eric if you want to. Eric is, like, a lot of people run Eric just for the grade 3 search, because now there's like every grade 3 is a good hit, basically. So looking at grade 3s, of course, Maelstrom, already looked at it. You know, the Limit Break is free now. At the end of the 4th battle, draw 1, retire 1. It's great. Diamantes is your, like 4th attack enabler. And of course, the new card is Glory Maelstrom. So what Glory does is he's a cross-ride with normal Maelstrom, and when you are cross-ridden, his Limit Break 5 becomes Limit Break 4. So, Limit Break 5, when he attacks the Vanguard, you may counterblast 2, and for that battle, he gains plus 5,000 and plus 1 critical, and when the opponent with Perfect Guard, they have to randomly discard a grade 3 from their hand. If they don't have a grade 3 to discard, they cannot Perfect Guard. So it's a new kind of guard restrict, and this card doesn't care about, like, which order of attacks. You can attack with this first before anything else if you want to, but this adds a very nice layer where you can kind of track your opponent's grade 3s throughout the game, like if they've been calling a lot, triggering a lot, chances are they don't have one. So even if they have the PGs, they'll still die to this, and sometimes it's a very, very good finisher. So in my opinion, while Platina Azel is very much like just an option of, like, oh, a different way to kill the opponent, but, like, it doesn't necessarily deliver lethal for sure, and it kind of detracts from the way the deck wants to be played, because Azel is the one that spawns your spirits to actually retire. Glory really adds this alternative win condition that you can easily go into, and it's super cohesive in a way, because it's like you've already been pushing them with normal Maelstrom and gathering resources and popping their board, so now they're already, like, depleted for resource. They have to call out their grade 3s all the time and stuff like that, and so you just kind of grab them with the Glory Maelstrom, and that's it. So I'm sure we're going to run into some games from testing now when we show this deck where Glory Maelstrom does come in to shine. But like I said, I'm playing this deck quite a lot myself. There are quite a few games where you just sit on Maelstrom the whole game and, like, you don't need to go into Glory, and if you don't draw into Glory, it's fine. But in my experience, like, Glory is a really nice addition. And another thing is that you'll see that Glory is my heal trigger. It doesn't have to be, but it basically goes between Diamantes and Glory, and you technically want to say Diamantes on turn 3 if you don't have Basil, whereas Glory you only always ever want it on turn 4 at the earliest. So with that logic, we put him to heal. This is a pretty good hand. No Glory, but we have literally everything else. So grade 1 ride, grade 2 ride, Coral, as well as Basil, and the Maelstrom. So now we just need to, well, draw into the Glory. So that's going to be pretty nice. Man, it's interesting how when I'm playing on my own, I always run into, like, the other, like, all the meta stuff, you know, all the big stuff, and then now we're playing as Bermuda. But still going to be good to show the deck off. Of course, this is the most popular... Oh, there's Glory. This is the most popular deck in the game right now, I would say, on JP. So, of course, all my opponents will be used to playing against it. There are some variants and builds Like, people still run Algos to an extent, because now, like, because Glory doesn't care about being the 4th attack, you can actually use Algos' skill to draw, so that's pretty nice. We check the SP Maelstrom for the draw trigger, 2nd PG in hand. That should be good for survivability, so we're basically going to be, like, the game plan is going to be to push them, like, you don't really push much on turn 1 and 2, you just ride, swing, pass, but then on turn 3 you do your whole multi-attack thingy, you know, go up and down all around, and then, you know, once you've got them to like 4, maybe you don't want them to have limit break, or you don't want to give them the second counter blast for like the end or whatever else they might need counter blast for, or glory itself, then you, like, you know, you go in with the glory and try to just steal it. Otherwise you sometimes just call down the glory for the extra attack, because you still need another attacker, so sometimes glory just ends up on the field, so it really depends. So, gonna ride. Ooh, we heal down, that's nice, that's good, because I mean, we want to be at limit break, but not that early, you know? Not on turn 2. So, let's see here. So he's not going to use the coral skill to bounce, it seems. So just going to pass. That's fine. So we're going to ride the Lazarus and just swing. We get a second coral, but see, the thing here is that if I call down the coral now, then I have to call down the glory next turn. And I kind of want to... It's actually suboptimal, but I want to hold on to the glory so I can show it off. But that's actually not the right play. Like, the right play now would be this, to keep pushing. But I don't want to get flamed in the comments. You know what? I'm gonna stay true to my roots, and I'm gonna make the optimal play. Like, we have enough attackers. We might still draw into one. I still want to show off the glory, but you know, let's see. Another heal. We're going down to 0. Limit break will not be happening anytime soon. So actually, we're gonna have another turn to farm, which is nice, because now we can next turn we can just ride Maelstrom and call something and swing with them. So that's going to be pretty interesting. That's how we usually do. If you ride Maelstrom and you're not at limit break, or you don't have self-damagers, you just call something else, get 2 attacks in, pass, you know, or 3 attacks if they have intercept. But sometimes you just don't give them damage for a turn, because it's okay. Like, your deck can do so much damage per turn, like, naturally, that it's kind of okay. So let's see if they're going to ride the... Oh no, they ride the Shangri-La Star Coral, not the Aurora Star. So this will not be used yet. So see, this is what they're doing, right? They're keeping me at 0 because they're like, well, if you're not, you know, it looks like you're not having damage to do limit break, so I mean, why should I give you more? Because, like, you know, in his head, he might be like, what if he has 3 self-damagers? Which sometimes you do. You just draw into them. But let's go. Draw into self-damager, would you look at that? So here, it's interesting because we can actually afford to just swing and pass. So you don't have to play every game hyper-aggressively. You can, but now I can choose to, like, not give him limit break yet, so he doesn't have to start drawing his cards like crazy yet. And I can wait to gather up resources. I also don't want intercepts because I want to get to 3 damage at least, so I can actually use my self-damager to get limit break, so it's quite good. We get another draw, so more pieces, Lazarus, so we're fine. We don't have to go into glory yet. You know, call the glory, double draw, wow. We're almost overdrawing. Another coral. This is very good. We can have a very strong board next turn. And, you know, just push, push, push. So I think I will still stay on Maelstrom for next turn. And then the turn after we'll go into glory. I think that's probably how it's going to be. He has 5 cards in hand now, but he needs to call 2 down if he wants to, like, storm me, or at least 1. Oh my god, is he going to just go to battle phase and swing? Oh my god, he's doing it! What is this? I've never seen this kind of play, but I guess he's just afraid of getting, like, slammed too quickly. So I mean, we're not gonna wait around now. I think we've done our waiting around. We've been drawing way too many cards to keep waiting around. We are going to be making moves here. We're going to start making moves. It's time. Alright. This looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is... See, I don't need to really commit for the multi-attack just yet. But I will call down one of my corals here. And... basically do it like this. It's a bit awkward because the numbers don't really add up properly. But it's alright, it's alright. We could also go for the 4th attack, Basil play, and get a draw out. I might just want to do that. I'm gonna go for an extra draw here, just keep digging into the deck. So we're gonna call down the Basil regardless. Where's Basil? Call this down, call this down. It's like a full board, but it's alright. Take a self-damage PG, that's fine, it's not a trigger. It'll go back, unless we heal, of course. So this goes for 11, this will be an empty attack, but everything else should normally scale into attacks, unless he pops a defensive right here. He did not. Good. So, Now we're going to swing with a 9 here, just to, you know, just to get the 4th attack in so we can draw from the starter skill. And so we go for 16. No defensive, it's a PG, goes to 21, and this will be 24, I think. Or 23, sorry. So, that hits over. No triggers, but we push them to 5. And now, I mean, they check a stand, but I mean, I got my draw here. It seems like our opponent's deck is just not functioning, but I guess they were waiting for the limit break to use stuff, but I feel like now it's too late because I can just use Basil swing face. So I might just ride Maelstrom for, I mean, Glory Maelstrom just to show the animation here. But this is really feeling like a stomp. Our opponent had some early game presence, but it just didn't go anywhere. Maybe it's because it was healing too much in the early game that they lost their composure. Alright, he's using a limit break. Bouncing the starter and gonna put a coral into the soul. It's gonna be the Aurora Star, so he secures cross-ride, so now my Basil will not actually kill them. Which is, I mean, a good thing for my opponent, I guess. Alright, calls down to 11k attackers, but can they even become 11? Need to have 4 rears for that. He has a 6-card hand, so I think he can afford it. The other question is, like, he's not gonna push me to limit break. 100%. You know, he's not gonna do it. He needs to call down 1 more card. Alright. Cool. Now he can start swinging. He's gonna give me 1 whole damage. 1 whole damage. So what I'm gonna do here... Okay, he swings with... Ooh, the stand could have come through there. The stand could have come through there, but he did not want it. I think he plays like 9 stand or something, but he's not making use of them. So, still have to swing to rear here, and then swing to Vanguard, put me to 2. I mean, I think we can just... Wow, not even that. What are you afraid of? I'm confused. Like, I'm genuinely confused. Genuinely. Alright. Well then, I'll show you the animation. Just put up crossfire numbers. There you go. My man's clean. My man's clean. He looks good. He's styling. Alright, so... I mean, here's what we do. I can still... Nah, I think that's silly. It's like you can technically still attack with Basil and just boost him, but then you don't get the, you know, you still have to like attack rears otherwise. I'm gonna call the Basil here, I mean the Teo here, literally just to take out intercepts. Like, it's fine. I'm sure he has 1 PG, but more than that, doubtful. 3 PGs on my hand though, chillin'. Still got plenty of draws to come as well. Alright, let's go 21k column here as well. Very strong with the cross ride. Okay, we don't pop any triggers. PG pops, so that's fine. Alright, and now he has to go through my stuff. So I've been seeing more heals than anything right now. Which I don't mind, I mean, I went down to 0 and I was stuck there for a while. And he doesn't want to give me damage, so... It is what it is. Now if he can't set up double intercept, he's in a scary position. Goes for the Lina. What is the point of this Lina? She bounces all your rear guards back to hand. It's gonna make me draw a card, my final heal / glory. Okay. I don't know if that achieves anything. Is that just a bounce? Is he gonna try to make me overdraw? Is this some like weird deck out tactic? Because I don't think he's gonna... He's going for it. He's just gonna bounce that grade 1 all the time now. It's probably one of those decks that like tries to make your opponent overdraw and just like deck out. But I think he just didn't draw into that one grade 1 until now, and so now like the deck doesn't do anything. Which is pretty unfortunate, you know. It's very unfortunate. So he's gonna swing a rear with the 10k, then swing with the coral, bounce the grade 1 so we can do this thing again next turn, but he only has 2 PGs then. I mean, I can now, my Basil now secures game. So, I'm just saying. So, goes in with a 16 here. Probably to Vanguard. I think he has to hit Vanguard, doesn't it? Yeah, has to hit Vanguard. Will he do it? Does he want to bounce it? Or does he not want to give me damage? No, he's gonna swing at the rear. What is this mad lad? Okay, he's gonna get the stand. Put the power there. This dude is stubborn. He has 1 PG maximum enhances. He checked one there. Dude is stubborn, I'm telling you. So stubborn. Alright. I don't get the point of this deck if, like, you're... You know, like... Like, the amount of cards that go to your damage zone add to how soon you can deck your opponent out. So it's like... Is that not important? I feel like it's important. Alright. We're at 2. Guess we can't use Glory, but I mean, the Crossfight numbers certainly help. Draw into a Maelstrom. I mean, alright, dude. Alright. I see you. I see you, man. I just want to play the Diamantes, honestly. Just play the Diamantes. Just play this. Get intercepts. Doesn't matter. Alright, here we go. Basil goes brr. You gotta swing with it first, though. There we go. 11k swing. Does he have the 1 PG in hand? He does not. Basil's gonna steal it unless he heals. Even if he does, my glory's big enough. Okay. That's that. That's that. Alright, that was a weird game. That was a very weird game. Like I said, like I play a lot of games with this deck, but it just doesn't... That just doesn't happen. But okay. Alright, here we go. Game number 2. If it's quick, we'll go for a third. If not, we won't. So, yeah. Glory there wasn't really used for the win. Ooh, Kagero. You don't see Kagero all the time, but actually has a pretty nice matchup against Aqua Force. But, you know, Aqua Force is very explosive. That's like the one thing that makes this deck struggle. So, let's see. We have Diamantes. We have everything again. It's one of those god hands. Some games like this where you actually have the like Diamantes or like a second Basil, you can just ride Basil. It's like, yeah, you're 8k base, but it doesn't really matter. Worst case, you know, they bully you with a Tejas, you know. They were gonna call a grade 2 anyway. Alright. So, we draw the Glory too. Man, you guys really were super upset that I didn't ride Platina, that now the game's like, you're gonna ride this Crossfight. You must show the Crossfight. Alright, we're definitely riding Basil next turn. Having Lazarus as a rear is very important. Right, we whiff of heal, but that's okay, we still have 2 more. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. And he whiffs too. Perfect, perfect. Maybe he has one in hand as well. The blockade. Alright, blockade's a good backup. It's a pretty solid backup. Alright, here we go. Let's get down to business. Okay, Berserk. Can't use skill because he only has 1 counter blast. He can use the Conroe to search if he wants to. He's gonna use the search. Here comes the PG. That's fine. You gotta have grade 3s now. That's another nice thing. I've played this matchup before, and I went into Glory, and I actually stole his extra the end in hand. And so, like, by doing that, I basically managed to, like, steal his win con in a way. It felt really nasty, but really good at the same time. So, just cool things you can do thanks to Glory. Alright, we're just gonna go for, as I said, you take it easy in the early turns. There's no reason to, like, go ham. The draw's coming through. As you see, the draws are very important to gathering your pieces to keep the, you know, the push going. Now he has 1 counter blast. Can't really do anything with it. It's probably gonna just ride regular Overlord, set up the Crossfight slowly. Next turn we can push into 4, depending on how many like intercepts he sets up. So, pretty good, pretty good. Waterfall. Is it good stuff, Kagero? In July 2020? Nah, it looks like it's still Overlord. That might just be one of his one-ofs. It's a draw. It probably is his one-of draw. Oh my god. Did he not have any other grade 3s? Interesting. So now we're self-damager away from Limit Break. There's the other Airmo. And the bar. So no triggers. That means it's going to trigger more later on, which is kind of scary. Do we see a self-damager here to secure the Limit Break? That would be pretty hot. Do we? We don't. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Let's go into Maelstrom. Like, even if you don't have Maelstrom's Limit Break, it's like, you know, you're still doing good. Let's put it that way. You're still doing good. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to set up the Diamantes column here. And then make a Coral column. Just set up intercepts. He could Overlord us next turn, but it's like kind of whatever. So, we're going to bust through this intercept. No problem. And just start swinging. Not using the starter because then I won't have enough power on my Vanguard column. So swing for 12. Hit him. No defensive. Good. Let me just check. This is hitting for 14, so 19. So I think I'll hit with Vanguard first, and then with this, it'll be 20. It's the same power threshold, but I mean, the like fourth attack with Maelstrom this turn does not matter. Okay, we're not pushing him to 5, unfortunately. We needed one trigger there. He didn't get defensives either, so one trigger literally would have changed it. But so we're just gonna pass there. It's all good. We have double intercept set up, so he would go into Overlord here normally, just to clear the front row, but then he like goes through all his counterblast. But you could do that. You could do that. I can also just go for Glory next turn. So Glory next turn feels pretty strong. Okay, he doesn't re-ride. Does he have the Overlord? Has Berserk. He could pop my Diamantes. He might be thinking about that. Probably will be. Nah. Not the Diamantes. Probably doesn't have boosters in hand. But he has the end. That's interesting. Oh, that's... He didn't retire. Maybe he forgot. Or maybe he's keeping it for later. I don't know. He has one card in hand, which tells me I can Glory him. Like that straight up tells me I can Glory him. Or he's going to discard it now to hit. I mean, he actually doesn't need to. It would have been an option, but... Alright. Man, he's getting dry drive checks. Like, no triggers for like 10 checks or something. It's crazy. I don't think I've seen that in ages. Man, that's just unfortunate. Seriously. Alright, what do we draw? Diamantes Festival. Alright, let's go for Glory. And there is our Majestic Lizard. Not lizard, he's like a shrimp. More of a shrimp, I think. I see him as a shrimp. Alright, here we go. I'll use Diamantes just to push. You could still like win otherwise, you know. So you shouldn't forget what your deck wants to do. You know, this is still a 17k column. I can steal games in other ways. So even if he heals here or something, which he tried to do. That's his third heal, because that's also a heal. Damn, bro. Damn. Alright, so here we go. Swing with this. Take out the intercept and then just go in for game. He only has one card in hand, so not being able to discard 4... Like, he literally did not need to call that grade 3. If it's a PG in his hand, he would have survived here. Unless I check a trigger, of course, and put it on this column, in which case it's something different, which I got. Which is nice. Another PG. Alright, and now, even if he has the PG, which I think he did because the animation lagged, I think he just can't trigger it. Maybe he didn't know the effect. Alright, and... gets the heal, but it's 2 damage, and he doesn't have any more heals left. So, nice try, but better luck next time. Alright. Pretty good. So that's Glory putting in the work, as you can see. Situations like that where Glory just snaps it, just takes it instantly. So that was pretty good. I think those are both good games to show off Glory. You've already seen Maelstrom, you know, in full force in the previous DifferentFight. And I mean, the deck itself doesn't change much. It's just that we adapted it for the meta. Lazarus is actually a huge MVP. Self-damagers help you do Limb Break early. We didn't hit that in the first game, sadly, or this game either. Would have been nice to have that Maelstrom Limb Break, but it's okay. And yeah, I think everything else kind of makes sense and explains itself. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was insightful. And you know, you can use this build to mess around with Glory Maelstrom on the JP server or in global when it comes out a couple months later. So yeah, on that note, that's going to be it for me today. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.